Hey guys, it's your boy Mark back with another video, and I'm here to give you my movie thoughts on Tenet. It's been a while since I did a movie thoughts, hasn't it? It really has been. This one, I finally saw Tenet. I saw it in cinemas. I just got back from the cinema, and by the way, we got KFC for dinner. Well, I can't eat it right now, the KFC, because I am intermittent fasting. And and so, and my window's up. Okay, it ended while I was watching Tenet. So yeah, and guys, Tenet. This is probably the first and only time I'll go to the cinemas in 2020. There's just nothing really coming out. I'm very thankful that this came out in cinemas, and of course you guys know why I would have wanted to see this movie in the first place. There's no other reason. I never would have saw this movie if not for what of course the director, Christopher Nolan. Yes, Christopher Nolan, my favorite director of all time, is back with a film in cinemas. It wasn't until like 2013 or maybe even 2012. I would say very late 2012, like October 2012 was when I, fully got into movies again, fully got passionate about movies again. And, even just recently, just this month, this whole year I just haven't really cared about movies, okay? The last movie thoughts video I did, was, I think, Bad Boys for Life. And by the way, guys, since then, I have seen other 2020 movies, like, Feel the Beat. That's a Netflix movie. Even Bill and Ted Face the Music. I haven't seen the first two Bill and Ted's, but I have seen the third one. But I just didn't want to do movie thoughts videos, okay? Why? Because I don't want to do a movie thoughts video unless I feel like I'm going to give you guys, a truly great movie thoughts video, okay? If I feel like I don't want to do filler ever again, honestly. If I do filler, I just don't like it. And admittedly, I haven't exactly been 100% proud of, some of the videos I've made, like, never mind. Anyway, so yeah, if I haven't told you guys, this is the first time that I have been in a cinema for over a year. Bad Boys for Life I watched online, and I loved that. What else did I watch? What is it? My Spy, starring my boy Dave Bautista. And what was another 2020 movie? Birds of Prey. I can't believe that was a 2020 movie, I forgot. And Tenet. This would be the one movie I saw in cinemas in 2020. And I'm really glad that it came out this year. COVID is really, thinged up, films and all that. Movies that were supposed to come out this year, coming out next year instead. And it's just pushing so many movies like a year ahead of when their original release dates, that. And Tenet, man, I heard mixed, feelings. I heard a lot of mixed feelings about Tenet. Okay. Oh, by the way, I was the only one in the cinema. Okay, I was the only one in the cinema who saw Tenet, guys. It's weird, because, at the start of the movie, there was this boy who came in, and then, after the first 2 minutes in the movie, he walked out. And then someone, it might have been the same person, I don't know, someone came back, near the very end of the movie, just looked at me, and by the way, my seat number was F5. Like Brock Lesnar's finisher, F5. And I just thought that was so cool. Yep. And but about halfway through the movie, I moved up a lot, because F5 was actually the back of the cinema. No, I moved myself up a bit, quite a bit. And Tenet, man. Wow. Tenet, honestly, I heard a lot of mixed feelings about this movie. I heard mixed reviews. People were like, it's so confusing. The music is too loud over the dialogue and stuff like that. And yes, I would say this film is confusing. I feel like, with enough, what's the word I'm looking for? With enough examination, enough, what's the word? It's like enough analyzing, I guess, or maybe not even analyzing. Maybe that's doesn't need to be that complicated. But like, I feel like you can definitely understand the film better and all that. And like going into that, I just was like, all right, I'm here. I'm gonna see Tenet. I just, even though it's my boy, Christopher Nolan, my favorite director of all time, the John Cena of film directors, I was worried, okay? And after just hearing all the mixed feelings, I was just worried, and I was like, you know what, I'll just leave my expectations at the door. And yes, it is a bit confusing. I feel like people are making out to be more confusing than it really is. It wasn't that confusing. I feel like 90% of this movie I was able to make sense of, like, and it's just, even if you don't fully understand what's going on, I feel like you're gonna have a blast watching this. I did, honestly. The last movie I saw in cinemas was Joker. Yep, Joker was the last movie I saw in cinemas, and my movie thoughts on that movie is on my other channel, my Sandy Pictures channel. By the way, guys, and man, there's so many thoughts. I feel like I'm gonna pickpocket the order, I guess. But Tenet, man, it was just, yeah, like I said, I left, all my expectations at the front door. You know what I mean? And I was like, I'm gonna sit down in the cinema, watch this movie. This was the first movie I've seen in cinemas in over a year, and just, yeah, I'm trying to think of what to say, and without spoiling, of course, and but honestly, guys, like, I was a bit worried. Like, I kind of went into this movie thinking I would give it about a 7 out of 10 because all the mixed feelings I heard about this, and now that I've seen the movie, and I was a bit scared. Like, I did tell myself, I know it's your man Christopher Nolan, but if you walk out thinking this movie is like a 7 out of 10, then say it's a 7 out of 10. And guys, I also thought if I give this movie like a high score, you guys might just call me a fanboy, a Chris Nolan fanboy, and all that stuff. But honestly, guys, this, should I say it? Oh man, I freaking love Tenet. Oh my gosh, oh man, like, I just was having so much fun watching Tenet. I know, Christopher Nolan fanboy, you're saying it's epic because it's Christopher Nolan. Out of the, not that I've seen a whole lot of movies this year, there's not really many that's out anyway, but honestly, from what I've seen, best film of this year, by far, honestly, just everything about this movie is, even with the confusing parts, it's incredible. I saw Interstellar, loved that. I saw Dunkirk, loved that. I saw Tenet, and I also loved that. My man Christopher Nolan, he's done it again. I can understand someone saying this is like Christopher Nolan's weakest work. Some people are like, is this a sequel to Inception secretly? No, this movie has nothing to do with Inception, guys. And Michael Caine in the trailers, yeah. Michael Caine, once again, Christopher Nolan's, Christopher Nolan puts him in pretty much all his movies. Michael Caine, he's in this, and he's only in one scene. Yeah, he's only in one scene, but it's still cool to see Michael Caine. I don't, fully understand what the scene was all about, but it was still cool to see Michael Caine. and the cast. And the main character doesn't even have a name. His name is literally the protagonist. He even refers to himself as that. I'm the protagonist, and his name is actually the protagonist. And honestly, guys, and Robert Pattinson was so cool in this movie. I can't wait to see him as Batman. It sucks that his Batman film has been pushed to sometime in, I think, 2022 now. I'm so excited for that movie. If you guys saw the trailer for the Batman, that looks awesome. Robert Pattinson was awesome in this. I just loved his character, and what's his name? Kenneth Branagh. He was scary in this movie, man. Kenneth Branagh was scary, man. Like, oh my gosh, like, I was scared of him. I do think he kind of overdoes the Russian accent a little bit, but it doesn't really bother me ultimately. But he was an awesome villain, way better than I thought he would be. Elizabeth Debicki was awesome in this. Everyone was just awesome in this movie. And Aaron Taylor Johnson. I don't remember seeing Aaron Taylor Johnson in any of the trailers. And, he was announced for this cast, so I'm not spoiling nothing by saying, oh, Aaron Taylor Johnson's in this movie. But when Aaron Taylor Johnson finally showed up, I was like, oh, there he is. And I was more like, oh, yeah, that's right, Aaron Taylor Johnson's in this. And, that was just, he was cool too, there's this, movie term that I made up quite a while ago, actually. I call it James Woodsing. And you're like, what does James Woods have to do with anything? Well, James Woodsing, like I said, I made this term up. What I refer with James Woodsing as is when an anticipated, character in a movie doesn't show up until about an hour and a half into the movie, and that's Aaron Taylor Johnson. Even though I forgot he was even in this movie when I was in the cinema, just sitting, just having a friggin' epic time, and like, oh man, this, like I said, I couldn't have seen a better movie. This was so worth, waiting over a year to see another movie in cinemas. It was so worth it. Yes. I loved every bit of this movie. Even when I was confused, I was like, and oh yeah, I'll say this: the pacing is really fast. It has really fast pacing. It's like, for example, let's say a character is about to go to sleep. They're like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep now. And like literally it's like the very, very split second next frame is like hours later and they're up and awake. And it's like, what? That just caught me off guard. You know what I mean? And I had a specific scene in mind for that, by the way. Tenet, this was awesome, man. I loved Tenet. I love Tenet so much. You guys can call me a Nolan fanboy all you want, but I loved this film. I loved Tenet. The characters were all awesome. It's kind of like, I'm trying not to spoil anything, of course, but like when you see everything like come full circle, everything, seeing like certain scenes, like even though I kind of predicted some things, I was like, oh man, yep, I called that. It's like, wow. And like, yeah, like, Tenet was awesome, man. The score was great. I don't know if I saw this or if I'm just imagining someone saying this, but like, I think I might have seen someone say the score, because Hans Zimmer didn't do the score for this film like he does for most of Nolan's films, but it was Ludwig, and I'm probably going to butcher this name, I apologize, Ludwig Göransson, who did the score for Black Panther, and he also, quotation marks, by the way, did the score for Batman Reborn, which was just, piece of the score from Black Panther, which I used in my movie Batman Reborn. But Ludwig Göransson, I think I saw someone say, like, man, you can't tell the difference. It really feels like Hans Zimmer. Man, no, this was not Hans Zimmer's type of score at all. This was 100%. I got 100% tell this was Ludwig Göransson, man. Like, this was 100% his type of score. I remember, like, the beatboxy type stuff in the Black Panther score. Well, that's in Tenet as well, And, it was just everything. It was just, it was just an amazing experience to watch in a cinema. Honestly, have I said everything I can say about this movie? I'm so happy with how this video has turned out, by the way. I'm very relieved. I spend so long thinking about, oh man, what am I going to say? And then, like, there's a lot of times when I blank out and when I'm filming certain movie thoughts. I even blanked out maybe for a few seconds in this one. But, it's like, I feel like I'm just writing my review right here. Like, I feel like my review is just flowing fantastic. Oh, my movie thoughts review, whatever. Okay, I'm still gonna title it movie thoughts. Tenet. Tenet. Like, I just had like super low expectations for this movie. After hearing the mixed thoughts, but this movie was epic. Okay. I'm just sniffing my ticket right now for Tenet. This movie was. I just had an incredible time watching this. The action scenes were fantastic. Characters were fantastic. Acting was fantastic. Directing was fantastic. Very weird pacing. But just fantastic movie. I loved it. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. I feel like I'm forgetting something, and then maybe later on when I'm listening back on this review, I'm going to be like, oh man, I wish I remember this, but I'm sure you guys understand. Tenet was fantastic to me. Nah, it is fantastic. You guys are underrating the heck out of this freaking film. This is my best movie watching experience in a cinema in forever, honestly, guys. Honestly, better than any movie watching experience I had last year, okay? I'm going that far, alright? I don't, even over Endgame, Avengers Endgame, And, this movie, I loved it, okay? It's my favorite director. Not that I've seen a whole bunch of movies this year, but favorite movie of this year by far. Maybe I'll do, movie thoughts for other movies I saw. Yeah. This was fantastic. I wanted to see this on my birthday, but it was way too late. There was only one showing for it, on that day. And, it was very late. And like, oh man, you guys, when this movie is 2.5 hours long, guys, by the way. And when, that feeling, when you're just enjoying a movie so much that the time just flies by. Well, this movie was 2.5 hours long, and when the credits started rolling, like just before the credits started rolling, it had the typical, okay, this movie's about to finish type of ending, But I was like, come on, there's no way that was 2.5 hours. This has to be like maybe 15 minutes, at least, maybe. But nope, the credits started rolling, and I'm like, really? That was 2.5 hours? Like, that was me. I just I freaking love Tenet, man. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and you can tell this is genuine, okay? This is very genuine. I have a confession, okay? I've done movie thoughts videos where maybe a lot of times I was just trying to agree with the majority, okay? And just saying, yeah, it's a 10 out of 10, yeah, it's a 10 out of 10. But deep down, when I saw those, I didn't truly believe that. But I truly love this movie, guys. I promise you. And like I said, I was telling myself, if you watch it, if you think it's about a 7 out of 10, then give it a 7 out of 10, okay? But I am not giving it a 7 out of 10. Obviously, I'm giving it a much higher score. My favorite movie of this year by a landslide. And I was starting to think, oh my gosh, that Bad Boys for Life, which I still love, was going to be my favorite movie of 2020. But this was fantastic, man. Loved Tenet. I feel like in a way it's my duty to rate Tenet about a 9.5 out of 10. And the thing is, I don't even do 0.5s anymore. So I feel like I said, I feel like I'm gonna understand this movie better anyway. You guys might think I'm just biased for Nolan, but I'll go ahead and give this movie a 10 out of 10. Okay. And I feel like I was pouring my heart out in this movie thoughts, guys. That's a genuine 10 out of 10, okay? Like, every bit of it I just loved, even if I was confused. The score was dope, and it's not Hans Zimmer type score at all. I did not get that comment if I did see that and didn't just imagine that. Oh, by the way, when the credits started playing, I heard Travis Scott or whoever, some rapper did a song for this movie. That song started playing as soon as the credits started, and it was banging, man. I'll say that, it was banging. Oh my gosh. Anyways, Tenet. I don't really have it in me to do a spoiler discussion. I don't know if I'll even do a spoiler discussion for I'll say anytime soon, okay? Like I said, I don't want to do any video, even if I might slip up and try and do that anyways. Sometimes that feels like filler, I don't want to do a filler type video. If I want to put everything in, what I say and all that. And that's my thoughts on Tenet. And hope you guys enjoyed this movie thoughts. If you guys have seen Tenet, I'd like to know what you guys thought. Do you think I'm a Nolan fanboy for what I'm saying in this? I don't care. It's not going to make me feel any different anyways. But Tenet, loved it. So, yep. Very happy with how this movie turned out. So happy with my experience watching this movie. And, I loved it. Okay, I love Tenet. Okay, it's, after hearing, mixed feelings everywhere, I wasn't sure I would love it. And this is my genuine, true, honest thoughts on how I feel about this movie. There are spoilers, of course, but I'm not going to say any spoilers. But, that's my movie thoughts on Tenet, y'all. Hope you guys enjoy. And hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry, and please try not to say any spoilers in the comments, man. And yeah, so yep. Hope you guys love this. Peace out.